Hey guys, this is Esther May, and I want to tell you guys how I lost 13 pounds in 21 days without doing any exercise. And I didn't do any exercise because I'm on restriction from my doctor, so you might lose more weight if you do exercise. Now, I wasn't trying to lose weight when I did this. It was, I guess, just a bonus. And what I did was, in the month of January, a lot of people do what's called the Daniel fast. You may have heard of it, you might not have. But what it basically is a lot of fasting and praying. And when I say fasting, I don't mean stop eating altogether. But on the Daniel fast, there are certain foods that you are not allowed to eat. Like refined sugars, any type of meat, animal byproducts, anything like that. But if you Google Daniel fast, it'll tell you everything that you're not supposed to eat and the things that you can't eat. The things that you can't eat include fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, things like that, and water. So, and natural fruit juices as well. So those are basically the things that you're going to eat. And it seems like you don't have a lot of choices, but you can find ways to cook the food and make it exciting. You can also, I know some of you are really big bread eaters, so you can kind of find some bread that's specifically made for the Daniel fast. And you can do this anytime during the year if you want to, try to lose some extra pounds. But the prayer part is also very important. I know without the prayer part, I probably wouldn't have made it through it because everybody around me was eating yummy goods and cookies and cakes and pies and everything else. So I had to find a way to kind of get my sweet tooth taken care of without going, backsliding. But so if you actually look on YouTube and find some vegan gluten-free recipes, you'll be good. So don't eat any dairy, so that's no cheese or milk. But you can have things like almond milk and rice milk and soy milk. No processed foods. So don't go to the store and buy like the pre-made tofu patties or soy patties or whatever they're made of. Make your stuff at home. Buy some tofu from the supermarket and cook it yourself. No, that's the best thing to do. Don't get too stressed out. If there are a lot of people in your home, it's probably going to be a little harder. With me, it was just me and my son. So he could kind of eat what I ate too, but then he went to school and he could still get his goodie fix, I guess we call it. But we've both been eating a lot better since we've done this. And I could have made this in January because the Daniel fast takes place in the month of January. But after January went by, or after the 21 days ended, and I saw that I had lost 13 pounds, I wanted to wait to see if, maybe it was just like water weight or anything else like that. So I waited a couple weeks to see if the weight came back. And it didn't. I actually lost 3 more pounds since then. And I'm no longer on the Daniel fast. I'm eating pretty much normal the way I eat, which is not really, it's not super bad. I do eat, some stuff, but it's not super bad, but it's not that strict. So the Daniel fast is basically, it's a very strict vegan diet. It's not a raw vegan diet, which is a very strict vegan diet. So plus, some extra stuff. So as far as sugar went, when I needed to sweeten something, I got agave nectar from the grocery store. It was $3 a bottle, and you didn't really need a lot to do that. As far as like pies and stuff, or if I needed something sweet to eat, I get the nuts and dates and make the pie crust out of nuts and dates, and then make a like a fruit topping for that. Ice cream, I did the banana ice cream. Or you take the frozen bananas and put them in your blender or food processor and, put berries or whatever in there and some flavoring, blend that together and then freeze it. And then it's ice cream, and it really tastes really good, actually. So you can try the almond milks and things like that. But what you really need to do is to go online and Google Daniel fast. And there are tons of things up there that can help you. There are lists of foods that are really good, and the list is pretty long. If you actually sit back and think about it, the list is really long, and it might look limited to you because you may eat so many processed foods, or you used to go into the store grabbing like some meat out of the freezer and then making spaghetti, which on the Daniel fast you can't do that. You have to have just your tomatoes and herbs and stuff like that at home and season them, and then get maybe use some zucchini or spaghetti squash or something like that to make your noodles. And there's bread, I believe it's called Ezekiel bread, English muffins. I got those. They're made from bean sprouts. So you could have those in the morning. They have, raisin and cinnamon in them, so you can put those in a toaster and eat those. So there's, and corn tortillas. I have a lot of corn tortillas because there's nothing in a corn tortilla except corn and vegetable oil, essentially. So I had those all the time. I had tacos. Made with tofu instead of turkey that I usually use. So you can try that out too. I'm sure there's a recipe on here. I just kind of season it. I use taco seasoning from the grocery store. I read the pack, and there's like nothing. There's no dairy or anything like that in there. It's just seasonings in a pack. So I use that. So if you can, stay away from the processed things. I know that the taco shells and stuff like that are, they're not, homemade. But I do have a tortilla press now. But corn and cornmeal and things, if you can find things with just made from corn, you do good to get your bread fix. And if you do use the tortilla shells, they taste a lot better if you warm them in your skillet. So I used to take the iron skillet I have at the house and warm my tortilla on both sides, and then I could put whatever I wanted in there. So my vegetables and onions and mushrooms and all that stuff could go inside the tortilla shell. But that is really how I lost the 13 pounds. And actually, I'm only about 5 pounds away from what I was 2 years ago, which is where I want to be, and that's freaking awesome. So, you get on the scale and you're so freaking excited. Oh, make sure you get some pineapples. I love pineapples the whole time. You can get those in a can out of the grocery store, and 100% pineapple juice. Don't get fruit in syrup or light syrup or anything like that. And pineapples were the only thing I could find that were in 100% pineapple juice, or in the real fruit juice itself. Everything else was in syrup. So don't get those. I had a lot of pineapples. I had a lot of bananas, apples, oranges, greens, spinach. There's it sounds crazy right now because I'm just naming off a lot of fruits and stuff. But you can eat, and you can eat all day long. I ate all day long, and it's the most I've ever eaten, and I just kept losing weight. But if you have any questions or comments, if you've done the Daniel fast and you've lost weight, or you did it, that's awesome. Keep up the good work. But that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys have lots of luck, and I hope you do incorporate the praying with it, because it's really good. And it's really the whole thing. You just see things a lot differently, and your mood is so much better. And I don't really think that it has to be at the beginning of the year to do it. It's the way I think people do it at the beginning of the year to help them jumpstart the year to the new year, to help them have a fresh start and kind of detox their bodies and just be ready to take on the new year. But you don't have to do it at the beginning of the year. You can do it now. You can do it whenever you want to. And I know Lent is coming up, so you might want to, get on that too. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope you have lots of success. Okay, love you, bye.